Take a breath. For eternity, you were dead. But right now, you're alive. You're fucking alive. Breathe.
Over the years, a lot of people tried to tell my story. None of them got it right though, 'cause none of them lived it. None of them were me. There was only one me, and of course that was me. So who better to tell the story than myself? Now, here lies the predicament. Now you see, I'm a real jazz man, and there's only one thing that all real jazz men have in common, and it ain't playing the trumpet. You see, I'm already dead. I fish for drugs with magnets. My music passes as racket. I howl at the moon on a Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, 'cause I'm the ghost of the jazz man. He's the ghost of the jazz man. I broke the rails, eating sardines and crackers. Lived under the bridge with all the crackheads. And I call all my critics faggots. Yeah, 'cause I'm the one who's the ghost of the jazz man. Ghost of the jazz man. Ghost of the jazz man. And I sold my wings for drugs. What the fuck is Adriana Lima? I smoked hashish with Art Blakey in Tunisia at night. I ate mescaline with Renoir in Claude Monet's garden. I smoked fine Virginia tobacco out of a bass clarinet on stage in Paris. Who do you think sold Syd Barrett the mushrooms that made him go crazy? I once did acid with Jean-Luc Ponty at the top of the Egyptian pyramids. I spent a whole weekend drinking champagne and barbiturates with Hunter S. Thompson inside of a secret casino inside the Tropicana sign. Me and John Bonham each drank 3 triple vodkas and then took 2 shits out the top of a 9-story building. When I heard David Bowie moved to Berlin to get clean, I intentionally moved next door to him, and I did twice as much drugs as I ever did. I stayed awake for 3 weeks straight with Jack Kerouac doing Benzedrine and coffee, and then his punk-ass friend stole my fucking car. I drank a bottle of Jack Daniels and accidentally ran over Terry Davis. But then the next morning, I saw Stephen King and I ran him over on purpose. I smoked pharmaceutical-grade methamphetamine with Hugo Boss at the 1936 Berlin Olympics. And afterwards, he made me this fly-ass suit. I smoked crack with Salvador Dali in 4-dimensional time in a Tesseract cube. I ate a whole bottle of Soma with Winston in room 101, and I came out totally unscathed. Captain Beefheart thought he was a tough guy. I beat the fuck out of that faggot with a yardstick. I once made a bet with H.P. Lovecraft, the losing condition of which being that I got to name his cat. I convinced Vincent van Gogh to double circumcise himself with what he believed to be an obsidian arrowhead, but was actually a piece of petrified horse feces that I spray painted black. On a cold October night, I had Turkish delight with Mr. Tumnus. The smoke is out. I once lived underground with the shit-covered Morlocks, with pain and misery and suffering and nothing. No hope. But I survived. And now, I'm invincible. This probably ain't making a whole lot of sense to you, because you're only seeing me nowadays. Understandably, it makes sense to me that it don't make sense to you. Without further discombobulating, let me allow to explain. At the Astral Tiki room, they have exactly what we need. They call this curtain call. It allows all of us dead jazzers to go back and relive our favorite moments from our lives. How about we go back and we see me in my prime? The first time I ever hit it big. It makes sense. Well, let's go. Yep. Zoom bot zip yep. Blah. Bot. Somebody go. Well, ain't that a doozy? Now that you've seen I can shred a mean ham sandwich, you probably want to know my name. In the astral world, we don't have names. But back on Earth, you used to call me Crustaceous Mink. You want to know how I got my name? The true greats, the name is given to you. I was on vacation at the time, New Orleans. They were serving jambalaya with crab in it. $40 a pound, and I was just eating all this crab all day long. Right? The poor Negro boys running in, they just said, look at that boy, Crustaceous. That's how I got my name. And you want to know about Mink? Because every jazzer's got to have two names. Well, that comes from my 45-year-long habit of shooting muskrat straight into the dick vein. After the slant-eyed embargo of 1953, it was real hard to get good heroin. Now, there was a man named Mr. Chang. He was the one who introduced muskrat to all of us jazzers in the club. You know, we were told it was a synthetic form of heroin. We ended up later finding out through autopsy reports it was a rubber byproduct from the bottoms of women's high-heeled shoes. Apparently old Mr. Chang, he would go and he would just saw off the bottoms of these things and then melt them up inside his Chinese pot, and he would put it in bags and tell us it was the real deal. You know, most of the good jazzers died from that, myself included. But man, it was good. When you got the good Mr. Chang's muskrat, ooh, there was nothing like it. All my best songs, all my best solos, all of it. You credit Mr. Chang for that. Dig my scribbly syntax. Oh, just an improvised wax. A blunderbuss cranial smack. Hickory tippity tap. Yeah, watch as the mousetrap goes snap. On all the squares who slither slop, sassafras their blister bovine ass. Lost in the slippery molasses. Bam whap whippity crackheads. Watch as the sussy schizo eats his own scatses, then goes to pawn his sticks to get a hit off of that good old shit in the ritzy speakeasy frontin' as a shack. Hear that hot-ass bongo work? Fuck, you gotta replace the skins on that thing now. I fucking beat the shit out of that. Well, now that you've seen how my story started, you probably want to know how it ended. Odd thing is, I don't remember exactly how it ended. All that muskrat had an effect on my memory. So would you like to go on a mucking through? Let's go. Remind me, how much time do we got? This whole tour is whooping my ass. I regret not taking that steady gig at the Tropicana. Playing Neil Sedaka's caca ain't sounding too bad about now. You know, the things they never tell you about. You know, it's the worst instrument to choose. You know, the drums, it's a 600-pound erector set disguised as an instrument. You gotta carry a grease gun, bearings and straps and chains. Cannot wait till this tour is over. Isn't every man's dream in the end? Find himself a big booty Brazilian bitch, get his bag, and check the fuck out? I know. I'll be there in a second. Oh. I know. You gotta pay the price if you want to be the king. All right, fellas. No more fucking around tonight, all right? Let's get this clean. Let's do this good, okay? From the top. A 1. Okay. And a 2. A 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I ate mescaline with Win Raw. Take 2. The mustaches moved up to the eyebrows, and the eyebrows moved down to the mustaches. They was all flipped up. I once convinced Orson Welles that eating only lobster and chocolate bars was healthy, and then I took out a triple life insurance policy on the obese fuck. If I could go back and do it all over again, I think I'd play the piccolo flute. I mean, could you imagine carrying around your entire livelihood in a tiny box? My traveling mallet bag alone is bigger than your entire existence. Because I popularized playing small bass drums. Jeff Ochiltree had a hernia by the time he was 32 years old. Let's be real, they sound like shit. They sound terrible. Throw them in the garbage. I camped out like a fucking hobo underneath a rusty bridge for 10 years, practicing 16 hours a fucking day. And in the end, I sounded worse than when I started. Blah, blah.